Bandit, come on. Come on. Can I pick you up? Can I pick you up? Whoa, there's my big boy. There's my big boy. You want to sit for a second? Hello, everyone. I'm Steve. Mark's at work. This is Bandit, and this is SmokeySteveAndMarc. And my cat hates me. Absolutely hates me. I'm waiting for the hiss right now. So happy Saturday. He's giving me such stink eye. A few bits of business. I was inspired to talk about my cat today because I was watching a certain YouTuber. For the sake of anonymity, we'll just call her Chantal. And a bit of a sanctimonious rant that I was able to watch of hers, where she was pretty defensive, very sort of victim-y. I understand her comments are down again, that there was some issue people were having with the care of her animal. I didn't see the parts about that. I just heard her rebuttal. And of course the Taco Bell. So I'm not going to weigh into that too deeply, except to say there was a lot of stuff she said in there that you could go back to old clips, as you know, people do, and stitch it together and say what a hypocrite. But she then seemed to imply that we're all hypocrites, so she's as good or bad as any of the rest of us. I don't know. The one question I did have, I don't usually do response or reaction stuff. I've only done it with Chantal, and I've only done it like 3 or 4 times. If those are the kind of thing anyone's interested in, let me know in the comments, because it's not really the kind of thing Mark and I do. It's nothing Mark's done on the channel, and something I've only done a few times. So I would do them, and I would do them in separate videos. And maybe there would be like 2 videos a day. Mark and I's regular Mark and Steve stuff, and then that would be something separate, aside from our usual shtick. So let me know what you think. Now, as the inspiration came from my kitty, who you just saw, I wanted to share with you how I love my cat, and he hates me. So, we got Bandit during the middle of one of my manic episodes. I will put a card up here so you can see what led up to that exactly. The nickel version is that I had a medication change, and it didn't go well. And over a month, I have bipolar disorder, and I went from baseline, well, actually a little below, which was why I had the med change, into mania within 3 weeks, and then was careening towards psychotic mania. I actually made it there. That's what the video above would be about. So during that, I did some things that were a little bit impulsive. Bought a car. I gambled quite a bit. And we decided to get a cat. Now, I'm allergic to cats, but, you know, that was be damned then. So we went to the animal shelter, and we had looked online first. It's a no-kill shelter, not too far from us. And we were scrolling through the cats that look cute. I've never had a pet before. Mark has had 1,000 cats. I've never had an animal. When I grew up, there was just no one to be home with one. My parents both worked, and we were all in school all day. So it wasn't really fair to have a dog or a cat. There'd be no one to spend time with it. So at the shelter, all of them look kind of cute to me. They're all making my eyes kind of itch a little bit, but I'm not feeling as allergic as I used to be. And we narrowed it to 2. Bandit, our cat now, and Goliath, this other giant cat. And I wanted a big cat because I was afraid I would step on a smaller cat because I'm not used to looking around the floor to step over things. And Goliath was giant. He had one sad eye, and he was just poured into his litter box. All the cats there were sitting in their litter box. I guess it's like their own space. And he would just let you pet him. And he was huge, but he had feline leukemia. Mark and I are grateful for every, you know, crumb, every bit of electricity, every, you know, bit of anything that we have. We live a pretty humble existence, but, you know, we've had less, so we're glad with what we got. I don't think we could afford the medical treatment that a cat with that condition might need down the road, so it wouldn't be fair to take a cat with those needs into our house if we couldn't give it the proper care later if it needed it. So we passed on Goliath, and we ended up getting Bandit. And Bandit is a Maine Coon, so he's huge. And he's a lot of fur. He's probably not that big underneath. So we had to fudge the address because we live in an apartment and we rent, and our landlord had not said no pets, but they never said it's okay to have a pet. So we said we were going to be taking him to my parents' house, and my parents called him because we had lived with them previously. They had said, oh yeah, we kind of were a little vague when they did the home check and everything like that. And we picked him up and brought him here, put him in the cat carrier. And he came, and I was like, what do you mean? You just let him out of the carrier and just walk around? I don't know what I thought we were going to be doing with him exactly. So he snoops around the house and sniffs every corner, which I guess cats do. And we had to get a litter box. And my dad built this really cool thing to put around it so he can jump in through a hole, like in the door, and that stays closed. And we can put storage and there's shelves in it to put the litter and the scooper and everything. So he was hiding under the bed the first night because he was scared, I guess. And he was swatting out from underneath. And, you know, Mark has had experience with cats, and I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe he was just mean. Mark was like, threatened to take him back the first night he was here, because he's like, I don't do that with cats. I'm like, okay. So he settled in over the next 3 weeks, and then Bandit was fine. Bandit initially took to both of us a little bit. He would sit in my lap from time to time. I was so scared of him, though. I mean, if I was going to go take a nap, I would shut the bedroom door and lock him out. I was scared to pet him, because he would, you know, come back and look to bite. He's not declawed, so he would give you a scratch here and there. And I was, you know, watching him, you know, like with some cats, you know, this is his place, and Mark and I are just guests in his spot. So, you know, we kept him. We've only had someone come over a few times. My parents have come to feed him when Mark and I were out of town, and I had a coworker who came over, and they all said he was nice with them. No scratching, no fussing. He took to, like I said, to both of us initially, and then took to Mark, and he doesn't seem to like me. The only thing he does where he's affectionate to me is when I'm feeding him. I feed him. That's my responsibility. Mark does the litter box. I got off easy. And then he'll be affectionate and rub between my legs and all that crap. And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeding you. So I give him the food. If I lay down on the bed, he will come to take a nap, but he won't be anywhere near me. About twice a year, we've had him 5 years, twice a year, he'll get up in my chair and sit next to me. I put the cat grass on the little end table next to my chair, so it's like about yay high, and he'll jump up on the shoulder and eat it. I'm allowed to pet him because he's distracted, so he won't turn around and come at me. But that's really the only other time I can touch him. So I was able to pick him up today and sit down with you here, and as you can see, he wanted to get up and run. I've only started picking him up in the last 2 years. I didn't touch him or pick him up for 3 years, I guess. I was afraid of him. I didn't want to make him uncomfortable. I was trying to respect his boundaries. And Mark told me, you have to be the boss. You have to set the tone. You know, I started, you know, setting some boundaries with him, you know, in terms of feeding him. You know, we don't get on the counter. We don't put our paws up. No cats on the table. I have very few rules with him because I'm such a pushover because I've never had a pet. I mean, at first I was scared of him. And now whenever I watch, like, videos about animals, or someone tells me their pet died or anything like that, I start looking at him and my eyes well up. I'm like, what am I going to do when he dies? I had said to Mark, I said, I think when Bandit dies, we should get another cat that looks exactly like him and name him Bandit. And Mark said that was a really bad idea, that it was pretty self-centered. I think I mentioned that once before. So that's my angel, who doesn't seem to like me, but I love him. And it's been a good life lesson on some real stuff. That's not a bad life lesson that I got. I picked that up when I was drinking, actually. All these weird things intersect. Chantal, cheap vodka, and my cat. Learning to care about people that don't like you, or that, you know, have a problem with you. When you're drinking and you're being an asshole, you know, not that I'm saying Chantal's an asshole, but I kind of just did. And, you know, people don't like you, even if you kind of like them. So learning to, you know, sit with those feelings. You know, you don't have to hate everyone that hates you. There's a lot of people that I still really care about that, because of old things that happened, they don't like me. But the fact that I like them and the reasons I like them don't go away. I don't hate them just because they hate me. All the stuff that I still liked about them when we were friends is still there. I like Bandit because he's fluffy and he hangs around the house and everything. The fact that he'll, if I pick him up for more than 10 seconds, scratch me, doesn't mean I want to get him declawed or that I don't like him. You know, I like him more than he likes me. That happens in some relationships, I think. So that was my fortune cookie for the day, I guess. So that's all I got. It's Saturday. Today's gonna be lazy. I'm gonna take a shower and curl up in my chair and probably nap. I already went out for a walk. Mark's already at work, so it looks like a rainy day. So we're gonna chill out. Me and my kitty. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. You can follow Mark and I on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc or on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Make sure to hit the bell to get the alerts. And please do leave a comment below about the reviewing, reacting versus just our normal stuff. If you want it to be all in one video and smash it together, because I know it's probably a different audience that likes one versus maybe our other stuff. So let me know your thoughts, and we will catch up with you soon. Bye.